Hi everyone, I'm at Midland and Lawrence, heading south towards the Scarborough Bluffs. I keep something called a life list. This is a recording of the wildlife that I've seen over my lifetime, kind of starting from around the time where I took up photography, so I have usually photographic proof of the wildlife that I've seen. A lot of people do this for birds. They keep a birding life list. There's actually a website called eBird over here in North America. I'm not sure if it's in Europe, but there's equivalents if not. And that's where birders record their sightings, often with photographic evidence and that kind of thing. Anyway, I've been looking at eBird lately, kind of comparing it to my list of things that I've seen. And there's a couple of birds around that I've never seen before. They're not particularly rare, a little bit, but I'm going to see if I can find them. One of them is called a redhead, which is a kind of duck. Ducks are something that novice birders, and I'd include myself in that for the most part, avoid because they can be hard to spot, they can be far away, it can be a little bit more challenging. So it's not the most exciting bird, not the most exciting duck even, and it looks similar to another species too, so that's going to be tricky, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to head down there and see how that goes. If there's time, which there probably won't be, but if there's time, there's also a Rusty Blackbird that has been spotted just a bit closer towards the downtown area. Both locations are on Lake Ontario. So let's go take a look.
That morning sky gave me a look, so I left while you were sleeping, that's all it took. And I chalked a line south down the coast, going where my thirst was open for the things that I don't know, going where I wasn't paying for the hurt that I owe.
So just to be honest with you, I don't know where this duck might be. There's several access points to the lake here at Scarborough Bluffs. My guess is that it's going to be near the boat launching area where people kind of reverse their boats into the lake. So I'm going to start off there, and yeah, I have my camera with me, so that will help me to spot things that are a little bit further away. So here we go.
Just to see what it would make, so hold high, think your reason. Don't you forget you come from nothing.
I see a hell of a lot of Canada geese. There's some mallards, some mute swans, some buffleheads, but as yet there is no redhead. There's also trumpeter swans and a hell of a lot of gulls, so I'm going to have to go and look at the gulls in a second. They're probably all ring-billed gulls, but you never know, I'm going to have to check them.
It's not hard to live like a ghost. I just haunt all that I've wanted and leave what I don't. I dreamt a trail up to the sky.
So no redhead, unfortunately, and I've returned to my car. It's quite cold out there, especially out close to the lake. My hands are kind of painful from the cold. I already listed, as I kind of looked around, some of the birds that I saw to you guys, but a couple of things I wasn't quite so sure of. They were further out, but I took photos of them. I think common goldeneye, and there were some mergansers, which I'll need to check, and bufflehead. So what I'll do now is I've already made a note of most of what I saw. I'll go home and I'll submit that to eBird, along with checking some of the photos I took to get confirmation of what they were, and then I'll submit it, and kind of that's how it goes. I'm probably not as dedicated as some people. Can't stand the cold, not when it's that bad.
That wind is calling my name, and I won't wait, or I'll never get on.
Bitterly cold, and I was about to give up and wish I hadn't bothered, but I can barely speak, but I have found the elusive blackbird, Rusty Blackbird.
Wind is calling my name. One way or I'll never get on.
So sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're not, but that's one to go onto my life list. Kind of might seem boring to some people, but that's kind of what it's all about. Time to go home. Thank you for watching. A little bit less coherent than my videos usually are, but if you enjoyed that, please give me a subscribe. There'll be more birding, nature, wildlife, hiking, driving, time-lapse videos. Thanks for your support.
That wind is calling my name.